Hello, here we are doing lesson 7, module 5. Number 1 says, the shaded unit fractions have been decomposed into smaller units. Express the equivalent fractions in a number sentence using multiplication. The first one's been done for you. So basically what they're saying here is that we have one big rectangle that had a half shaded. We drew a line across it which broke it into smaller pieces. That 1/2 times 2/2 made our equivalent fraction of 2/4. For B, they drew 2 lines across. So we had a half. And when we drew those 2 lines across, that basically made everything 3 times bigger. Not 3 times bigger, we had 3 times as many pieces. So we have 3/6. 3/6 are what are shaded. 1, 2, 3 out of 6 pieces, and it's equivalent to a half. For C, they drew 1, 2, 3 lines, making 4 times as many pieces. We still had a half. We have 4 times as many pieces. Equals 4/8, which is equivalent to a half. D, we drew 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, leaving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times as many pieces. And that is going to equal, whoops, hang on. One half times 5 times as many pieces. Also equivalent to a half. 2 asks you to decompose the shaded fractions into smaller units using these area models and express the equivalent fractions in a number sentence. So it's up to you how you want to draw the lines. This first one is a 4th. If I drew 1 line, that would make it be 2 times as many pieces. So 1/4 is equivalent to 2/8. Now you could have done this differently. You could have drawn more lines and made more pieces and multiplied by a different amount. Let's see, this time I think I will do 2 lines, which would be 1, 2, 3 times as many. And this was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was a 5th. 3/15, so a 5th is equivalent to 3/15. I could have just drawn 1 line and said a 5th times 2/2 is 2/10. That would have been fine too. C, I'll stick with just the 1 line. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 6 times 2/2 equals 2/12. Let's see, for D, I'm going to get fancy and break it up into even smaller pieces. So originally shaded, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is a 7th, and I made this into 4 times as many pieces. There we go. Again, it does not matter how you chose to break these up as long as your first fraction and your second fraction match. E says, what happened to the size of the fractional units when you decompose the fraction? And what happened to the total number of units? Well, I'm going to draw a picture down at the bottom just so we can look at what we're talking about. So I'll make another one of these rectangles. And we're going to shade a half. Okay, and when I decompose it down into something smaller, like let's say we do this. So we had 1/2 times 2/2 equals 2/4. So the size of the fractional units, the size of the pieces going from 1/2 to 2/4. Okay. So the size got smaller. Okay, the size of the pieces. The fraction is still the same, but the pieces are smaller now. What happened to the total number of units? Well, if we have 1/2 going to 2/4, we end up with more units or more pieces. So when we go from 1/2 to 2/4, we get more pieces, but the pieces are smaller. 3 different area models represent 1/3 by shading. Decompose the fractions into 6ths, 9ths, and 12ths. So I need a rectangle, and I'm going to make it be thirds. Gotta shade it. And for A, I want 6ths. So to make this 6, it's thirds now. I gotta double the number of pieces. 1/3 times 2 over 2 equals 2/6. Okay, for B, I have to draw thirds again. Shade in my thirds. This time we're doing 9ths for B. So I'm going to have to do a lot more of these to make 9ths. Let's see. There we go. Now there are 9 in there. So 1/3 times 3 over 3 gets me to 3/9, which is equivalent to 1/3. Last one, C. There's my thirds. I have to go 12ths this time. So 1/3 times 4 over 4 gets me to 4/12ths. And I believe that's the end of lesson 7.